Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to GSL Codes. We have had an epic week. It's about to end. Some upsets, some really impressive games, actually.
Yeah. The day before yesterday
was sick.
Insane. Day one was sick. Yesterday was pretty good, but not as good as the 2 days before that.
No, the day before yesterday was by far, it was actually one of the better days of GSL in general.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of good games, a lot of back and forth, a lot of cool strats, really dynamic strats. So hopefully today is as good.
I hope so.
Unfortunately, Huck is out of
so
GSL Codes.
Sniper, man. No one's making a big enough deal
weird.
That the champion of last season got knocked out.
You know, Sniper, it's funny. He was so Ultralisk dependent.
Yeah.
Like, it just default.
He was overdoing it with the Ultras.
Well,
it was really good up to a point, and then he overmade them when his opponent had a lot of Marauders. And
yeah, he was like, like 5 Ultras are making. I see, 12 Marauders moving across the map. I'm like, well, unless there's something I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Show me something that you can do against Marauders. It was kind of weird because, if you didn't see the VODs, it started out, and I've seen him go Ultraless always before Brood Lords, which is fine in some cases, but I'm thinking, there must be something that he knows that that's going to change the way we're seeing Zerg, but then he lost kind of to that.
Well, it was good up to a point, man. It was good up to a point.
So on to today's matches, we got HyuN against BBoongBBoong, Yoda against Squirtle.
Yep, really exciting day. It's hard to say who exactly is going to come out of this group. Yoda's playing well recently, but Squirtle is looking kind of God mode-ish. HyuN, he's looking really good too. He was in the finals last season. BBoongBBoong is definitely the underdog here, but he's someone that can surprise you with astoundingly good games from time to time.
BBoongBBoong is, in a way, kind of in the shadows of these other players.
Oh, yeah, I would say so.
But BBoongBBoong's actually been around for a while. He was, Season 2, 2 years ago?
Something like that.
So here are our players now. They will shake hands and go to their respective booths.
It's interesting to note, by the way, 3 of these players are teamless right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. BBoongBBoong was on that MJ team or whatever, but I guess they must have dissolved because I didn't hear anything from them recently. I'm pretty sure someone said
the landscape of esports is changing.
Yeah.
And very quickly, this is a big growing industry. So things get moved around pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, how many teams can you really have professionally in Korea? We had a month ago, how many did we have? I want to say 17 teams or so. It was insane.
Yeah.
So some of them are falling away.
Well, the marketplace has spoken. Some of these other bigger teams get bigger. Some of these smaller teams get washed away.
Yeah.
So here's HyuN.
This is only his second Codes.
Yeah. He did pretty well last season.
Yeah, I would say so.
I would say so. This guy is a badass.
Yeah, he is.
Really powerful Zerg.
Yeah, he wins everything online.
He's one of these new generation Zergs, really.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to casting this and seeing what he's got in store for us here.
Yeah, he's pretty frighteningly good. Now, BBoongBBoong, we haven't really talked about this guy nearly as much as any of these others. And he's still a very good player. He was on Prime. He's done some very strong performances before. Yeah. One thing I want to throw out there is BBoongBBoong, he's a marketable guy. He's well-spoken and stuff. He's kind of funny. And another thing that he can play kind of without holding anything back because he already did his military service, which isn't true for 99% of programmers.
If I could just interrupt you for a second. For those of you guys who might be new or not familiar with Korean culture, there's a compulsory military service for all able-bodied young men.
And that's always on the back of the mind of every pro gamer.
So you have a situation where it's like, well, do I postpone my military service?
Yeah.
To pursue my dreams as a professional gamer? Yeah. Do I do a military service first, come back later? And
the thing is, no one has ever really successfully come out of military service.
That is absolutely true.
Into being a pro gamer.
Maybe BBoongBBoong's going to be our guy. Who knows?
Well, he started after the military service, so it's that never happens either.
I guess that's true. That doesn't really count. Normally, you start playing at a much younger age.
It's a weird scenario for him, but he's one of the only players that has that going for him. So this guy never has to retire technically.
It's true.
Whereas every other Korean pro will be forced into
We
it.
never gonna retire our Tosis.
Well, we're not Korean, are we?
No, man. Esports forever.
There you go.
No, but no, it is an interesting situation, though,
Yeah.
because that really does have a tremendous impact on the industry out here. Is being required to do military service.
Yep. Well, Tasteless Aquan Flats, our first map for the CDC.
One of our newer maps.
Indeed.
I'm looking forward to seeing what they got in store for us on here. And I love the fact that we keep changing the maps. It makes this so much more dynamic. All right, guys. It is Friday, and we're about to see these two Zerg badasses duke it out here at the GSL. It's my sick outro. I'm like, it's Friday.
Friday.
The day before is
Thursday.
Yeah. In the bottom right, in the red, we have somebody who did very well last season, a legendary Zerg. New age, he is HyuN. And in the upper left, I would say one of the underdogs here in this whole entire group for the GSL. He is BBoongBBoong.
Yeah, it would be a real. It's good ID.
It's good. It's good when that voice says it. Yeah.
BBoongBBoong, for any of you that don't know, is the sound a fart makes in Korean.
Yeah. It's like an onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Korean onomatopoeia.
Korean onomatopoeia.
It's like, imagine if your ID was like 2.
If your idea was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. Although, is not an onomatopoeia.
no, it's not. It's just a sound.
It's just a sound.
What is another onomatopoeia actually?
Buzz.
Buzz,
Woof.
bark, roar,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Boom, boom.
BBoongBBoong.
Yeah. Yeah. Not for me personally, of course.
Yeah.
So,
It's Artosis is one too, actually. I'm like a Pokemon when I play StarCraft. I'm like, Artosis, Artosis.
whenever I see like the Pokemon cartoon,
Yeah.
I always imagine like, Pikachu can only say Pika. And I always try to imagine like Lassie, where like Lassie like barks at the boy and he's like, what's that, Lassie? Grandpa fell down a well?
And Lassie goes, Lassie.
Lassie. Pika, Pika, what's that? Grandpa got in a car accident?
I almost have something really funny in my brain. Not quite, though. All right.
It's one of those things you can't say on TV.
No, it's
Okay.
like, it's a joke that started to form, and then just like, it fell away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
It didn't have wheels.
putting up a beautiful SimCity at the front of my base, and then speedlings ran in. I'm like, oh, I guess that's it. I guess I should just re-queue for a new joke. Nah, oh well.
I've had that. I hate that when it happens in StarCraft, actually. You're like in a match, like, I'm going to tech to this, and I'm going to switch into this, and then like they 6-pull you, you're like, oh, god damn it, hold on.
And then you get like nothing but PvP for the rest of the day, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and then you're never going to try that strat out.
Happens to me plenty.
Yeah.
All right, we have a little bit of scouting going on here from BBoongBBoong. Both these builds pretty similar overall, but we don't have any gas for HyuN. And don't forget, he's really close friends with Symbol. In fact, Symbol's even down here supporting him, so he could be playing that style where you go very late gas. But with a lot of speedlings on the way and the layout of this map, I don't know that this is actually going to work out well for HyuN. He hasn't even started a spine crawler yet. Like, 4 queens isn't going to hold up to all these speedlings, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, he starts his first spine, but these speedlings are actually going to get there, I think, right before this actually finishes. Here we go, Tasteless. They're coming.
Right, they're coming, man. They're on the move. Headed to the bottom right side of the map. He sees it with the Overlord now. The question really is, how does he respond from here? It's going to come down to unit control. This is a map where the expansion hatchery is fairly far away from the ramp for this circumstance.
Yeah, and look at this. Right before that spine finishes, so the spine will go down. Well, no, actually, he's going to go and just surround the queens. He's getting so far ahead right now. This is a really bad scenario here for HyuN.
This is really bad for HyuN. Blake's now civilian in here, doing a lot of damage. Drones being used to defend, and not adequately.
No, he's lost 15 drones. This is bad news for him. HyuN is making a lot of Zerglings now, so if BBoongBBoong actually throws down a Baneling Nest really soon here while he's making these Zerglings stay at home and chase him around, then he's going to be in perfect shape.
All right, so he's just keeping him busy right now. It's still at 15 kills, correct? For workers?
18.
18, all
It's
right.
18 drones to 27 right now, so quite a big difference there. And you can't forget that there's more tech for BBoongBBoong as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is obviously for BBoongBBoong a very, very nice situation.
And
he's making a lot of lings as well now.
Yeah, and I was about to say, yeah, he's going to be aggressive again coming up here. Sometimes we see players cripple the guy and then go back and play a very macro game.
Yeah, and look at this. HyuN is going across the map with his slow lings a little bit. Okay, good. He turns around because if he goes across the map, he just loses them all.
Yeah.
You know, I got to say, after I saw what Symbol is doing, hitting that Roach timing against some people that go Roach Infester, I was like, wow, this is actually really cool. This is a nice new move, but this is not the map to do something like that on. This map is so big, so wide open. You know, he just was completely unprepared for what hit him, and it wasn't uncommon either.
All right, so he's got a little bit of a blockade here. It's not going to be easy to spill links up in there. But I think at this point in time, yeah, I don't know how much more damage he... Oh, I thought he actually gets inside. And into the main, it was not a tight block.
Oh, man.
And there's going to be a lot more damage dealt over here to these drones and the Queen, of course.
Yeah, a lot more drones already going down. He's killed 24 so far. He's killed that Queen once again. 25 drones have been killed. These speedlings don't really mean much to BBoongBBoong, to be honest. He's getting ahead by leaps and bounds here.
Yeah, he just squeezes out a few more drones here and there while it's still coming down here with Lings. Lings are about the most expendable unit. Well, it is actually the most expendable unit in StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I would say so. If he just throws on a Spire right now, there you go. Spire just got thrown down. Boom. It's more like
BBoongBBoong is what it's like.
Well, that's a perfect situation. It's obvious that he's paid attention to Symbol's games against Life. And this is how Life destroyed Symbol. You make speedlings and you get a huge tech advantage, and that's that. You get all these mutas out. Their roach timings aren't going to work. They've already lost a lot of drones. You know, I got to say, I really like BBoongBBoong's situation here.
And the third hatch goes down now, which is going to be another way in which HyuN is even more behind.
There's no way for HyuN to force a cancel or anything.
No, his hands are tied.
Yeah, behind his back.
Yeah,
it's hard to play with the mouse.
Literally.
Like that.
What is that episode of Archer where they keep using literally incorrectly? He's like, I'm gonna literally kill you, and they're like, no, not literally. So as you can see, HyuN's gonna try to tear down the destructible rocks here. And
well, yeah, I think HyuN, you know, he probably watched and talked with Symbol about the ways that Life played against him if he's playing the same type of style.
Right.
And when you play against something like this, the Muta style, you can't just send out a group of roaches. Symbol already tried that, it doesn't work. Yeah, the roaches will kill it. So he needs to actually sit back, work on upgrades, and take a third base.
Lings coming up here now. And into the main they go. This is more for scouting than for actual harassment. So we'll see the timing of the den is about halfway done.
Yeah, an important thing to see. Now that Muta's flying across the map, there's a lot of spore crawlers on the way. But the thing is, he can just switch into his own roaches, and that's what he's doing. BBoongBBoong's already making roaches. He's getting his roach speed, his ranged attack. He'll be behind on upgrades a bit. He'll be behind on roach numbers a bit. But it's going to take a while for HyuN to move out efficiently. I mean, he's making some Hydras, so maybe he'll try it, but that's dangerous. You move out with 7 Hydras and they just make 5 more mutas and then kill everything you have.
Queen taken out now. And the defense here from HyuN is pretty adequate. But, you know, it's not about surviving the muta attack. It's actually about how do you get outside of your base. You know, considering how ahead BBoongBBoong is, if HyuN's to win this game from this position, considering he's taken a pretty heavy beating for most of this game, I'm going to be pretty impressed.
Well, I think he's actually going to do an all-in here. I thought he was going to take a third base for a bit there. But if he just does like
probably smarter.
A Roach Hydra all-in with 1-1, you know, maybe something like that can work out. And he's going for it. Now, BBoongBBoong, I don't know if he really realizes what's going on here because he's still focusing on drones, which...
Well, he has to know now. He's passing under the Overlord, but I don't know if this is going to work for HyuN.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't have enough Hydras,
Well, it's
really.
also it's at HyuN's following this up with roaches instead of lings. I don't think they're going to get there in time if this is a good timing. You know. Well, actually, he doesn't have ling speed, so never mind. It doesn't matter.
Well, let's see here. BBoongBBoong not actually making any more mutas. I feel like this is actually a situation where you would against Hydra. But here we go. He is pushing forward. Some good position here by BBoongBBoong. Trying to utilize that Spinecrawler until it does, in fact, fall. And his Roach is doing a pretty good job. He's almost through to the mutas.
All right, he's doing a great job here. The muta is now being gunned down here, but it's just Hydras left, and there's really not anything that HyuN can do from this point in time.
Yeah.
This is economic checkmate. GG.
I mean, they're so... It seems like these former TSL Zergs are so confident in this build that does certainly have holes in it. There's, I mean...
You get this with teams, there's like a micro metagame that's going on, and it's, you know, it's like a microcosm, you could say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like things work within the practice regimen for that team, and they think they've got something solved, but meanwhile, other teams are doing something different, and then what you see, it's like, you know, with their build, them trying to make it work is like somebody trying to make the square block go through the circle hole.
Yeah. You know, I think they're just playing against people that aren't going muta as much.
Yeah.
Or maybe aren't hitting the transition into Roach very well, but I feel like if you open Speedling into muta, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Especially on that map. I mean, that's just so wide open. Maybe if it's like a much smaller... HyuN always drinks milk. It's really weird. But...
Does he drink normal milk?
Yeah, just normal milk.
Oh, gross.
I don't care for milk.
I don't care for milk, man.
It's just you never see programmers drink milk up there. It's normally like an energy drink or
like
water
Gatorade or something.
Yeah, a juice of some sort. But
actually, that's actually a really good point. No,
he's the only one I've seen do it. I don't know.
I would feel like milk would slow me down.
Yeah,
it's like thick and. You ever been to somebody's house and they have like 2% milk and you're like, oh god.
That's what I grew up on.
Oh god.
I don't know. I don't care for milk.
No, I grew up on skim milk, which is also gross.
I don't know. Isn't that just white water?
It is.
Yeah.
It's pretty nasty.
It's like water that you like washed a paintbrush in or something.
Sometimes, actually, yes. It is like that. You ever been to somebody's house and they have like 1.5% milk and one of those weird offshoots, and I'm like, how did you conclude that this was the right milk? You know?
Probably a mixture of taste and health or something?
I don't know. Or you go to somebody's house and they have different milks. There's like the whole milk and the skim milk, and you're like, you invest a lot of money in milk when you can get other stuff. Milk's not even really that good for you if you're a healthy adult.
Yeah.
It causes mucus.
No, that's actually an old wives' tale.
No.
Yeah. Sorry.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I thought you told me that, actually.
I might have told you that before I knew it was an old wives' tale.
Okay, because I think you told me that like a few years ago.
I say all sorts of stuff tasteless. Very little of it is true. So, back to this strategy that we just keep on seeing.
Please.
We need to, I mean, these guys, they need to be a little bit more flexible, and it needs to be a little bit tighter, because he just had no idea that BBoongBBoong was doing that mass ling attack, which is a common build. That's a common build to just pull lings and go.
Yeah.
It's not like every game, but enough of them.
I wouldn't say it's a gimmick, but it's just it's pretty commonplace. You know, I'm going to try to cripple him with some lings, and the fact that there's somewhat of a weakness or something like that.
Yeah.
You know. All right, we're going on to the map Daybreak here in game number 2 here between HyuN and BBoongBBoong here at GOMTV.